Welcome back. In our most recent episodes, we've been spending a lot of time talking about networking in its entirety. We covered why you should have a network, how to go about getting one, and then we talked about some people who are roadblocks in some ways to your project. They are what we've called the haters and the doubters. In our most recent episodes, we really got into talking about haters. I think it's really important to understand these potentially negative impacts on your project because they could, stand in the way of you getting to the finish line. So I wanted to provide some support for you to understand and identify these potential negative impacts to your projects. So we talked a lot about haters who are actively working against you or your project. Today we're going to talk about doubters. And doubters, as we've defined them, are people who are a little bit more passive. It's easy to identify somebody who has some doubts about your project, but that isn't necessarily a doubter. Somebody who expresses some either concern or questions isn't necessarily doubting you or your project. They may just need some more information. Specifically, what we're talking about is people who are actually doubting your project's worth or your ability to make your project successful. So that's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about, how to identify a doubter and then what to do about it. And you may see a common theme, which we'll wrap up with at the end to see if you can identify it as well. So a doubter, as we've defined it, is someone whose words and actions don't necessarily align. For instance, they may say that they support your project or you, but they don't actually do anything. So, or they could be a little bit more obvious by saying, I don't think that this will work. So, or they may say, great project, great idea, but I'm not sure that, you're going to be able to do it. So they're not actively working against you where they, go and say things about your project to other people or stop you from advancing. They're not actively working against you, but either through their thoughts or words or deeds, they do not express support. So some examples of these are what I call the smile and wave people, where they say they support you, but they don't actually do anything. So they're like, great idea, you're amazing, blah, 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 but they don't introduce you to anyone, or they don't do what they say they're going to do, or, they're not doing anything. So those are the smile and wave people, where they're, giving you a pat on the back, but not really helping. There are people who keep you at the surface. We're like, send me more information, cool idea, whatever, but don't do anything. Or people who do express doubt even after you've spent some time really explaining what you're doing and giving them all the resources. They don't actually want to learn anymore or move from that position that they're having. So those are what we call doubters.